Hey everyone, I'm Brendan, one of the co-founders here at Fig. This is a quick video looking at a few of the settings that you can change to make autocomplete just feel better and more natural in your daily workflow in the shell. The first one we're going to look at is the insertion key bindings. So these are how do I actually take something from autocomplete and insert it. The most obvious is insert selected. This is what enter is bound to by default. I choose a suggestion, I hit enter, and it inserts it. Very, very natural. The next is looking at this insert common prefix. What is that? So this is a good example. When I type the letter A, you can see here Fig is underlined auto, and that is because auto is the shared common prefix across all of these suggestions. And so when you have a key binding bound to one of these actions here, when I hit tab, it's going to insert that shared common prefix. The question is, what should we do after that? Should we shake? Should we navigate? Or should we insert selected? So currently tab is bound to shake. That means when I hit tab, it's basically saying, hey, you need to type something more before you can continue. So I type the letter B and there's only one suggestion left. I hit tab and it just inserts. Let's have a look at the other options. This option is insert or navigate. This is very similar to the shell. So I'm going to hide autocomplete for a second. When I hit tab in the shell, I'm just navigating through all of these suggestions. And so we emulate this in Fig's autocomplete. I type the letter A, I hit tab, it inserts the shared common prefix, then I hit tab again, and it is literally just navigating through the list of suggestions. Same thing, if I want to select one, I just type a character, filter over it, hit tab, and it inserts it. The last one is actually more like what you get in an IDE. And so this is insert common prefix or selected. So I type the letter A, I hit tab, and then let's say I have autocomplete suggested here, I just hit the down arrow. Now I'm going to hit tab again, and that is just inserting what's currently selected. That's basically it. This is more like the sort of IDE style autocomplete, whereas navigate is a little bit more like what you get in the shell. If you're not 100% sure and you just sort of want some more confidence of what you're doing and you want Fig to tell you what to do, shake is also a good bet. The next thing we'll look at is general. So this is the allow instant execute after space. A really common workflow is users type a command, so they type git push, but just before executing it, they have a force of habit where they type a space and then they hit enter. So before Fig, they'd hit enter and it would just run. You know, it executes with this space, it doesn't really matter. But when you type a space, Fig assumes you're about to type something else. It's the delimiter between tokens in the shell. So we offer suggestions. But if you hit enter, trying to run the command, Fig inserts something for you. That's really annoying. You have to hit backspace, backspace, backspace. Then you have to escape Fig's autocomplete. Then you can run the command. Super, super annoying. How can we make that easier? So if you look here, this is what it's like without this setting on. But here, if I turn it on, suddenly we have this little suggestion at the top. And this is what we call the instant execute suggestion. So when I hit enter right now, suddenly it just starts working. This works much better for your workflow. However, the only thing is every time you type a space, the very, very first suggestion will be this. So if you wanted to just type something and then hit space, enter, it doesn't work as nicely. However, as soon as you type a character, that disappears. So feel free to play around with this setting. For the key binding settings, I highly recommend setting up your folder structure just like this and typing A and not typing A and playing around with a few things. I would also recommend looking through all of our settings. We have a ton. You can change your appearance. You can change the autocomplete size. You have a bunch of different key bindings. And in general, we have a lot more as well. Like you can disable Fig for a specific CLI tool. You can disable Fig as a whole. There's so much that you can do with it. The one thing I will say is make sure to read the fine print just underneath. Autocomplete is a really, really finicky thing. There are lots of moving parts, and we try and explicitly tell you where this works and where this does not work for your workflow. Hope it's helpful, and if you have any questions or ideas, please feel free to email hello@fig.io. We would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks.